they said I don't have a case number, so there's not even a case. So I don't know. How can I find out information about what's going on?
Well, the unfortunate
Have you gone to court at all?
No, I haven't. There's no case open yet.
Okay, well,
Okay.
let me say this. Unfortunately, they are probably
Hello?
Hello, Janet?
Yes.
Hi, do you have a question to ask or a story to tell?
I have a question, I guess. I never had a case open, and the last month and a half, I've been in a domestic violence relationship, and but my kids have been involved, you know. But there was an incident where my ex was following me, and he hit my car. So when he hit my car, he called 911, and the cops were there. But I went to the police station, and I was waiting for the dispatcher to give me my police report from previous with my restraining order, right? So the cop just went up to me and said, like, what are we doing here? So I said, I don't know, I didn't call you. Like, well, your ex called and said that you hit his car. I said, no, I didn't. So they searched my car, they see my car, they asked me what happened, I told them how everything happened. And then within a week later, a social worker showed up to my place saying that she was there because she was called there because there was an incident and then my kids were in the car with me. And I said, well, no. I said, there's something happened, yeah, but my kids were not in the car with me, you know. She said, well, I'm here for the well-being of the kids because they said, no matter who said that they were in the car? It was a police officer. And I said, no, they were not in the car. She said, well, I'm going to have to get the report and then we'll look into that, you know. So from there, a week later, she said, well, I want to see the kids and, you know, just check on them and see how they're doing. She said, I have 30 days. Well, that first day, she told me she had 30 days to see if she can open a case or not. I said, okay. So she's doing an investigation. So, like, you know, so next time she goes and check the kids again, and everything was fine. She said, everything's good, you know. And then, like, 2 weeks later, she calls me. She says that she ran my background and that she said she found a DUI that I needed to go test. So I told her, I said, well, maybe you should run my background again because I've never had a DUI. And she said right away, she said, oh, yeah, no, you didn't. You didn't. But can you still go test for me, she said, so I can rule that out the way. So I tested, and my test was dirty. So there she said, well, I need you. She's like, I know that it's not you, Jeanette. You're probably just under blood pressure, so you need to do, you know, I don't know, whatever. You would probably run the wrong people, whatever. So she said, so I'm not going to remove the kids from you. She said, I just need you to go check into an outpatient program. And I don't know what an outpatient program is. And I was just like, I'm like, what do I have to do all this? And she said, well, you know, just now you tested, I'm positive, so I need to do what I have to do. But I'm trying to help you out and not take the kids from you. So I have a lot on my plate. I'm doing school and 2 jobs and taking care of my kids. You know, my kids are 15 and 13. So I went to look for an outpatient program, but I didn't check in. I've just been looking around, and next thing, you know, my kid's grandpa called me saying that this lady keep calling him, and he just had a heart attack. So he calls me all worried. So I was upset. So I called the work, and I told her, I said, why are you calling him? She's like, well, Jeanette, I need to get a hold of the father. I said, well, the father doesn't live there. He's not the person you call his dad, and he told you he doesn't live there, you know. And then she's like, well, I'm doing my job. I need to look for the dad. You know, I said, well, what if you never get a hold of the dad? Like, you know, and she said, well, I'm just doing my job. So I was upset. I said, you know what? I don't know why. First of all, am I talking to you? Like, I said, did you ever get the police report saying my kids were not in the car, or did you? She's like, no, I haven't, but I would look for it. And then she said, I said, okay. So then. And then you say I had a DUI. I said, I never had a DUI, and I had to go check for you. Now I'm in this big mess, you know, that for some stupid, you know, that mistake that I made. I said, but that was like, I don't know, I just want to know. And she still hasn't, she said, I asked her for my court date, right? And she said, well, I haven't opened up a case. I said, well, it's been more than 30 days for you to open up a case. And she's like, she said, yeah, but I just need to get a hold of her father. I said, well, what if you never do get a hold of him, you know? So I just want to know, like, like, if it's more than 30 days, she hasn't opened a case. So now my kid's grandpa told me that she's calling him and saying that she's going to remove the kids from me and that she's finding a place for them. This is yesterday that he told me this. So it's like, I tried to get a hold of her. She didn't answer, so she hasn't called me anymore. And so I don't know what's going on. And I tried to get they told me that there should be an attorney assigned to me, but they said I don't have a case number, so there's not even a case. So I don't know. How can I find out information about what's going on?
Well, the unfortunate
Have you gone to court at all?
No, I haven't. There's no case open yet.
Okay, well,
Okay.
let me say this. Unfortunately, they are probably going to open a case against you and try to take your children away from you. Because that's what they do when you test positive. You know, I tell people all the time, when the social worker comes out and before a case is started and they say you have to test, that's a lie. You do not have to test for them. And you should not, because, and here's the prime example, those tests aren't 100% reliable. There are false positives and false negatives. And apparently, because you're telling me that there shouldn't have been positive, you got a false positive. And now, guess what? She's going to take that and run and use that as the basis for taking your children away.
Yeah, because she says, I'm ready to close investigation, and, because everything seems good with you, Jeanette, you have your kids. I've been homeless, but I've been, working hard to have a room for my kids in a nice hotel so my kids have a place to live while I fix the house that we're going to move into. So I'm working and fixing the house and keeping my kids, they're everything to me. I do everything I do for them. And then she just wants to come and ruin everything. And she didn't even have my case. Supposedly she was there because the police report said that my kids were in the car, but I haven't seen the report. She hasn't even seen the report that my kids are in the car. And she's already trying to remove my kids, and there's no case open yet. That's like, I don't know if that's okay or not. And who I talked about what's going on with this, I don't know. Am I just have to sit here and wait till she just takes my kids, comes to wherever I am and takes my kids away?
Well, unfortunately, they don't give you a free attorney until a case is actually filed with the Superior Court here in California. All right? So you're not entitled to a free attorney during the investigation. A lot of people call me during the investigative phase, and some of them end up hiring me, and what I try to do is I try to meet with the social worker or the social worker's attorney, and have a meeting, maybe a four-way meeting with all of us, and try to convince them not to file a case and, of course, not to detain your children.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. And if she is looking for relatives or family friends, give her a list of 25 people. And they don't have to live in California, where these...
And the thing is, she hasn't even answered my calls, and she hasn't even called me saying that she's looking for a family member.
Yeah, she's not... Look, she's not going to share information with you. She has no duty to share information with you. So that it's like you and a police officer investigating you for a bank robbery. They're not going to tell you what they're doing. She's not going to tell you what she's doing. They're trained in how to get information from you. And
2 minutes.
She's told you, oh, I'm trying to work with you and not take your kids away from you. That was BS when she said it. It's still BS today. Don't fall for those types of things. If I were you, I wouldn't talk to her without an attorney being present. She's a governmental agent, and you have the right to be represented by an attorney. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
So it's okay for her. One more question. Is it the 30 days? She said she had 30 days to open up a case, and it's been more than 30 days, and she still hasn't opened a case. She can still do that?
Yes, she can. That's not a hard and fast rule. A lot of people tell me, oh, it's been over 30 days, Mr. Davis. And I just say, so what? Okay? There are a lot, 30 days is the general rule. There's 1,001 exceptions to go over that.
Okay.
Don't focus on that. Focus on trying to keep the kids, okay? If you want to call me and talk to me more about it, 888-888-6582. Call me, and I'll give you a free, further in-depth consultation. Okay? Call us back in 3 or 4 weeks. Tell us how things are going or what eventually happened. And I want to thank you for calling and thank you for listening.